Hi everyone, I'm just coming at you today with a brief kind of how I've been doing, how much I've lost, my measurements, that type of stuff, what's been going on since I switched from a whole food plant-based vegan diet to a carnivore diet. Now, I actually had started carnivore or keto very loosely the week before I started taking my measurements, but I didn't weigh myself. I didn't take measurements or pictures then. I kind of wish that I had, so that I would have a better documentation of what's been going on, but I didn't. So I'm just going to get right into it. I will warn you that there will be pictures later in where we are doing my measurements, that I will be in a sports bra and like biker type shorts, and there is a picture also where I'm wearing basically my bra and biker type shorts. So if you don't want to see that, just be aware that it's coming later in the video. I will go ahead and make sure that you're aware that it's about to happen. But anyways, hold on. As I was saying, around the 18th of July, 2023, I decided that I would start measuring and also weighing and doing everything. At that point, I had gone from 235 to 220. And I'll just get right into the measurements. I'll talk about what happened this week, and then just kind of tie it up with some pictures. But when I started the documenting, I was at 220, and my neck was measuring 15 inches, my chest was 46, my biceps were 15.5, and my waist was 38.75, my hips were 50, my thighs were 28.5, and my calves were 15. At that point, I was 48.7% BMI. I did do a weigh-in on the 25th. I didn't do a video for that. My measurements respectively then were 218.2 for weight. My neck didn't change. My chest went down to 44. My biceps went down to 15. My waist to 38.5. My hips to 47.5. My thighs to 27, and my calves stayed the same at 15. That dropped me down to a 48.4% BMI. Now, this current week's measurements, it would be August 1st, I guess, is going to, I went down to 217.2. So that went from 235 to 217.2 in 4 weeks total, but 3 weeks since I've been measuring. My neck stayed the same at 15. My chest went down to 43.25. My biceps stayed the same at 15. My waist stayed the same at 38.25. My hips, though, down to 47, and my thighs down to 26. My calf stayed the same. I'm now down to a 48.2% BMI. So it's steadily going down, and that's exactly what I want to see. But to talk about how this week has been, this may possibly have been my hardest week yet on the carnivore diet. I think the first week I started, and even the second week, I was so rapidly dropping the water weight, and everything seemed to be going swimmingly. I was super happy with it. I also didn't seem to struggle too bad from any kind of cravings, oddly, those first 2 weeks, but this week I really struggled. I definitely wanted sugar for some reason, and I saw, what my family was eating, and it really made me sad, like literally depressed sad that I couldn't have those things. One time, the kiddos had gotten some, I think it was KFC, and I can't have that. I apologize for the beeping from my phone, but I couldn't have that because it was fried heavily, and I just, I got really sad about that. But that's not the worst thing of it. I also had a couple days where I had really bad heartburn, and I actually had noticed that all my heartburn had gone away. I wasn't having any issues. I have very bad GERD, and I generally take Protonics, and then I also take Pepcid as well. That is for my interstitial cystitis symptoms, but the Protonics and the Pepcid together, you would think would definitely take care of that, but it had. And then I stopped taking the Protonics and had gone over a week without taking it at all. There was no issues. But this current week, I definitely struggled a couple times from very bad GERD. I can't really pinpoint what it was. Possible it's because I did introduce the Fairlife milk into my diet with the coffee. I've always been dairy free, but it is the lactose free, so it hasn't been bothering my stomach, but maybe that's what was causing the heartburn. I also noticed that I have been getting a very odd feeling in my right leg. It almost feels like a shin splint or a throbbing type of maybe muscle ache, but it only happens at night. It's only when I lay down. It does actually prevent me from going to sleep. A couple times I had to take Motrin, which I try not to do, but I was worried that it might have been a blood clot, but I didn't have any other symptoms of it, and it only happened at night. It only happened when I lay down, and that went on for about 4 days. I also noticed that, and maybe this is a good thing, but I've always been an early riser. I generally get up between 3 and 4 in the morning. That's just the way it's been since I was in the Army, but I have been sleeping, and my alarm has been waking me up at 6 o'clock in the morning. That's probably a plus. I think that just means that I'm sleeping better, but I am still getting up to go to the bathroom a couple times in the night, and so that is also incredibly irritating. Though, I mean, it is with a purpose, so I try to, weigh that and not be upset about it. The other thing that I've really been dealing with this week is just this general feeling of sadness, depression. I don't know if I can pinpoint any kind of reason or cause. I have been on kind of a depressing roller coaster on and off since my mom passed away, and so it could be that. It could just be a general just sense of unhappiness. I don't know. And it may be a normal hormonal issue that's going on, but I've really struggled this week. I desperately wanted the food that everybody else was eating. I wanted something sweet really bad. I even put stevia drops in my coffee, which I don't usually do. Excuse me. And while it helped, it was no substitution, that's for sure. I did not cave. I did not eat anything sweet. I didn't do anything but stevia in my coffee, and that feeling did pass, but it was pretty bad. And I guarantee I was very grumpy, and nobody wanted to be around me. So, as it goes, this week was bad. This was just a horrible week. Between the depression and the symptoms and the leg issues, I really struggled, and the reason why I'm putting this out here is because maybe somebody else out there is struggling too, or maybe you did struggle as you went through this journey yourself, and if so, then I would absolutely, positively adore your comments, suggestions, or even just your words of goodwill to continue, because it has been very hard. And the purpose of me doing this channel was so that I could have a tribe of people that were with me, at least even if they've already been through it, then to provide me with the encouragement and the light at the end of the tunnel. I do have my why. I do know why I'm doing it, and I focus on that very steadily, which is what got me through not breaking down this last week. I try very hard not to beat myself up. I hate it that the scale is so slow. I wish I could just jump on there one day and have it all be gone, but that's not realistic. While my weight gain did happen very quickly for unknown reasons, it didn't happen overnight, and so I know that the loss is also not going to happen overnight. But in any case, I'm going to go ahead and show my before picture. Again, this was at weight 220. I originally started at 235, and I will show the picture that I just took and some little footage of my husband measuring me in the bathroom. So if you don't want to see that, I'm going to tell you right now that you want to go ahead and fast forward. But yeah, so just check this out.
Slow down, hold on, take a breath. If I could, I'd make me feel less. Something in my brain causes stress. So come on, make me feel different. You wanna hold, don't hold back. Oh, your little drama's got me mad. And I don't need to tell you facts. You know I always want you back, girl. I could give you a big bad surprise. Let you take your time. Sure you wanna die. Treat me nice and I'll save you a slice. Baby, it's time to slide.
Well, there you go. So hopefully that wasn't too disturbing for you. It is very hard for me. I will point that out, that part of the reason why I'm doing this is to hold myself accountable. You have no idea, or maybe you do, how incredibly hard and embarrassing it is for me to get on here and tell you about my journey, show you pictures of what I look like. I constantly hide myself under frumpy sweaters and t-shirts and shorts, and to put this out there and show my measurements and my weight and understandably know that people are looking and judging, it is very, very hard. But I'm doing this because I think that it will definitely motivate me, because every week I know that I'm going to be posting this on there and that people may possibly be looking. And also it's embarrassing for me because my family and friends could possibly come across these videos, and I don't want anybody to see me like this, unfortunately. So anyways, if again this is anything that you can relate to or maybe possibly interest you further down the road, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe, comment, give me all of your advice, your encouragement. I hope that you don't give me anything bad, because you know, I know it's coming though. But if any of this seems like something that would be good for you, then please subscribe. Please subscribe. Help me, cheer me on, and I'll see you next time.